already seen my last video, you know what I think about the new 2024 Bajaj Pulsar NS400Z. I think it packs an insane amount of potential, not just in terms of its price tag, the mind-boggling 1.85 lakh price tag, but also I think it has the makings of a really potent motorcycle once we make a few changes. And today is the day we put the money where my mouth is to see if that is really the case. The first area of improvement that we were targeting was stability. So we have lifted the front by dropping the forks by 5mm, and also at the back, the rear shock, the preload, we have gone down to the softest setting to reduce the ride height. And together, that has helped us eke out a trail of about 3.8 to 4mm. So the trail is now a little bit longer. But the biggest change has come in the form of tires. We have swapped the stock tires with these grippy Protorq Extreme tires from Eurogrip. These are their 0-degree steel radials. They have been designed more for performance. So in terms of compound, they're a softer compound. Plus, we have gone for a wider 150 by 60 section instead of the 140 section on the Pulsar to aid with the stability. But as you can see, they fit perfectly fine on the rim, and these are also W rated, which means the casing is strong enough to withstand speeds up to 270 kilometers an hour. Even the front in fact is W rated, but in terms of tire profile, it's the same as the stock tire, which is 110 by 70. So I know these are like small tweaks here and there, so it's time to see how far they can take us. I think the smile says it all. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that we would make such a big step with the Pulsar NS400. I mean, I was going so much faster in these damp and dreary conditions on this bike than I was on the stock bike in the dry. I never thought that the Eurogrips would turn out to be this good in the wet. I mean, my books, these are just as good, if not better, than the Michelin Road 5s, and that's saying something. Just no drama. You have a lot of grip in places where you expect none. It just hooks up and propels you ahead. And that means that with more grip, the braking is also suddenly so much better, even with the exact same braking hardware, because now you finally have a tire that has the grip required to put all the stopping power down, even in the wet, and actually help you drop anchor. So this was a very crucial point which needed fixing, and now with the sticky Eurogrips to bank on, I think we have sorted that problem, and now you're finally in a position to really explore the full potential of this engine. But yeah, if you're thinking track, then you wouldn't need to update your braking hardware, sintered pads, but for the roads, you're sorted. The next big improvement has of course come in the form of stability with all the changes that we have made. To be honest, I wasn't quite sure how much just increasing the trail by 3.8 mm was going to help, but that compounded with the wider rear section tire has certainly helped with the stability a lot, because even at higher speeds and during quick change of direction, the NS400 now feels really sure-footed. I finally felt I had the support required to steer the motorcycle with confidence, and it no longer feels as twitchy as the stock motorcycle does. In the corners, undoubtedly we have lost a little bit of the front end feel, a little bit of front end feedback, because we have raised the front of the motorcycle. So I'm not as well connected to the front as I would like, but the grip is definitely there, and especially now with the wider rear section, with the fatter contact patch, even when the bike is leaned over, you have the support and the confidence required to carry some serious speed into the corners. I mean, to be honest, I'm a little bit bummed that we had such damp and dreary conditions. But still, for the very first time, I felt that I could actually see the true potential of this beautiful perimeter frame. And the final piece of the puzzle, the reason why even the suspension seems to be working much better is because we have dialed the preload to the softest setting, which has visibly reduced the pumping which we were experiencing on the stock motorcycle with the set preload, as the softest setting also means that the spring now is a lot less reactive. So to summarize, I can finally breathe out a huge sigh of relief and take pride in how successful this experiment has been. Just goes to show just how big a step you can make just by slapping on stickier tires and help unlock the true potential of your motorcycle. I'm now in fact confident enough that the NS400 with all of these changes, okay fine, it cannot match the craftsmanship, but in terms of riding dynamics and how engaging the engine is, the NS400 with all of these changes can definitely hold a candle to the 2023 Living It Up Bike of the Year, which was the Triumph Speed 400, and that is saying something.